Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Weekend High Podcast. It's your boy KZ Cuddy. I'm Cuddy this weekend. I know y'all seen Dead President, so I'm dressed up because it's the Valentine's Day weekend coming up. You know what I'm saying? So I had to bust my orange. I had to bust my Cam Newton weirdo shit for y'all. But we got your man. We got my man Swag. We got my man CT. But we got a very very special guest in the house with us right now. We have Miss Christina Scott, owner of Scarlet Flower Designs, with us. How you doing, Christina?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome. All right. Definitely a pleasure having you. Well, we can get right to it. Especially now it's Valentine's Day coming up. You know, a lot of brothers, we got to get flowers for our wives, girlfriends, side chicks, whoever you got,
I don't ask any questions. Just tell me what to put on the card list.
So how did you get started in the floors? Because like when most people hear floors, you think it's somebody who build floors. You know what I'm saying? You like she a florist. She build floors and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I actually have had people ask me that, like, oh, what kind of flowers do you build? Like, no, florist, a floral designer, flowers. So I started my business back in 2008. I always knew I wanted to have my own business, but initially I thought that I was going to start a print magazine, but with online and things, print journalism is pretty much becoming obsolete. So I decided to go in a different direction. Two of my close friends and cousins were getting married. So I helped them put together some flowers. I really enjoyed it. So I started taking some classes, and I have a large network of people with my sorority and different organizations that I'm a part of and that different family members are a part of. So I started doing a lot of galas. That's initially how I started a lot of galas for African American organizations and other things. So I did primarily events, weddings, and funerals. And now through COVID, I have sort of transitioned into doing a lot more individual orders.
Okay. Now, just to let our little following know, Christina does do special events for celebrities and award shows. So she's like, she's up there. She's big time. She's let us know, what got you started in the floral industry.
I always knew I wanted to have my own business. So I wanted to do something in the creative industry. Initially, I thought I was going to start my own magazine, but I helped out with my cousin and a good friend's wedding. So I really enjoyed working with flowers, doing the color matching, and just learning a lot of different things about the flowers, mostly in the downtown LA flower market. And then I took some classes at West LA and then started working in special event design. So I do primarily events, weddings, and funerals. And with COVID, I have started doing a lot of individual orders, like you said, with Valentine's Day and Mother's Day coming up. Our first Valentine's Day during COVID, we had over 200 orders. So, I think, especially since people couldn't go out as much, and then people were sending, to friends, family, their mothers, since they weren't able to see them as much. So, I don't think we will have that many this year now that people can see more of their loved ones, but we are still, accepting orders. But now we are doing a lot of events again. We had a Valentine's Day gala last night that we provided flowers.
Nice, nice. The Valentine's Day Gala. I guess hopefully, I wouldn't have been out of place there, with my Cam Newton stuff on. But now what's now a good question now with Valentine's Day coming up? Let's say, a guy out there, because it's women and men who watch our show. Let's say a guy out there, he doesn't know what to get. Let's say you're just meeting a woman. So should you just get him like a dozen roses, the biggest thing y'all got, or should you get him something smaller? What kind of like arrangement would you like recommend for something like young guy trying to, impress a woman for Valentine's Day?
Well, I would say if you know her favorite color, I would start there. Or if you happen to know her favorite flower, that would be your best option. We recommend, especially for younger people, to do something maybe non-traditional, like orchids or lilies, something instead of always doing roses. But you can never go wrong with red roses if you really want to impress.
I hear that. I hear that.
Would it be too unconditional then? Unconventional, like if I was to make a floor arrangement of doing the album pose from Thriller.
Oh, if that's what you want, we can make that happen for you. We do all kind of different events that have different themes or different birthday celebrations. People have all kind of things that they bring us that we add to flowers. Um, I'd have to look at the album cover and maybe incorporate some colors from
Yeah.
it. Yeah, we can make it work.
Nice.
What's the most unusual order that you have been asked to fill, Christina? Like, have you had like some side chicks like send some flowers to a dude's funeral, like an old sugar daddy's funeral? Like, what I'm saying? He told me don't show up, but he said I could send some flowers. Or did the ops, what I'm saying? It's you in LA, so there's some banging out there. So have the ops ever said, like, hey, send some flowers to the funeral? And you like, man, I really don't want to fill this order.
I don't know. We don't get too many crazy, like you say, we do get more like interesting themes. Like we do a lot of Disney themes, or like you said, music related themes. That's a good one. I have to think about that for a minute. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. I'll think about that for a minute. Maybe we'll get back to that one.
Now, Christina, you worked with a lot of celebrities before. Have you ever had a celebrity get crazy with you or just ask for anything that was out of pocket?
No, nothing too crazy. And they ask for a lot of things over the top at the last minute. So I think probably the most demanding celebrity client that I had was from on the Mary show. She was renewing her vows.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, it was very challenging because I just had my daughter, and the wedding was in Santa Barbara, and it would just they would call and like, you have to be here at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and she wanted hanging flowers and this, and I want this all covered. It can't be any holes. It has to be this. People are very and just like, that's not in season. I can't make it happen. Just make things appear. Like, well, nope, that's what I want. People are very, and like I said, people want, like most of the celebrities that I work with are very, easygoing. They just like it, big and full, and a lot of the more expensive flowers.
That's what's up. I've seen her on that show. She looked like she's about to act crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of it's for TV, because even in the cuts in between different scenes, they would tell me like, oh no, you gotta argue, you gotta this, and then we would do like different outtakes.
Oh, I see.
Like type very feverishly on your iPad, so it seems like she's saying all these things to you, and like different things that they try to make it a little bit more extra than what it really is. When like she wasn't mean or anything, but very like specific and extra about like I want this. It has to be like this, which can be challenging with natural product. Like I can't, guarantee that a tree will be exactly in this way hanging so that there will be no shadows in her pictures. Things like that. Like add more branches to the tree so that the shadows won't come through on the picture. Like, some of those things we can't control.
Well, another thing I wanted to ask you is, how much do you think your childhood influenced your work?
Hmm. So I have always really been into creating things and doing patterns with various colors. When I was younger, I gardened with my aunt. So we matched up different plants with different colors, and I've just always really been, and then my family has been very supportive, in my business, always recommending me, sharing my information with their contacts, my friends, family, sorority members. So I think just having a really supportive network, throughout my entire life of people just saying like, you can do it. You can, basically the idea that if you work hard and really are determined, you can do whatever it is that you want.
Yeah, especially having a business and then, with everything going on, we got inflation, you got the COVID thing going on and everything like that. Keeping the business afloat, it's probably not easy, but you definitely doing it. And, we
Thank
salute
you.
you for that.
Thank you. Yes, it's
Um,
definitely been challenging in the last 2 years for sure. And we've really had a lot of challenges throughout the entire floral industry. Like, we get product from all over the world and
mm,
they're not growing it. There's not people there harvesting it, the transportation to get it here. So we definitely faced a lot of challenges with COVID and if people not able to work, events being canceled, so many more protocols, a lot of different things that the entire industry has been affected greatly.
Now, with COVID affecting things and making you go more toward individual orders, do you see any uptick in orders like on these newer Hallmark holidays like Sweetest Day, stuff like that?
I think we do have some like people do it like on administrative days and then like you said some different holidays that people didn't necessarily recognize as much because they can't see their friends or family
Yeah.
as much. So people will send, more congratulations arrangements or where people would go out for their birthdays, they would just send flowers since, still a lot of people are nervous and apprehensive
yeah.
about going out in this way. We just deliver, non-contact, just leave it at the door and then they don't have to come in contact with anybody.
All right. Now, once again, hey, y'all hit her up, hit the sister up.
Please do.
Scarlet
The
Flower Design.
deadline is February 10th. So
Scarlet
don't be
Flower
late.
Design. Yeah, do not be late. Don't put the order in late when she can't get it done. And another quick question:
Yes.
what flower do you think will always be in fashion, no matter how much time passes? Like, what flower you think as a florist yourself? So,
I definitely think roses. Um, like I said earlier, they come from Ecuador and Africa and Colombia. So they have huge, rose production and they're always coming up with new colors. So they combine, while they're growing that are different shades that make roses popular because pretty much any type of color that you would have for your event, you can find a rose that's complementary, to that. And they last pretty well, so if you, change the water, take care of them, it's a pretty, long lasting flower. compared to some other.
Nobody ever asked you like, "Hey, I want some Tupac roses. Let me get the roses that grew from concrete. Let me." I want to, because I'm sure, I guarantee you probably get some unusual requests, or you have to draw inspiration. What's the weirdest place you had to draw inspiration from, for like a form, like a floral design that you had to do?
That's a good question. Let's see. I think, now, like I said earlier, we do a lot of different things with. Oh, I did a funeral spray not too long ago that was for an artist. And so they wanted like a whole bunch of different colors, exotic flowers. Like it needed to be like an abstract painting. So I think that was a little bit different, especially for funeral work, because that's usually, pretty traditional. Um, I did a wedding that was based on the Disney movie Up. And so it was like these hot air balloons. So that was kind of different. We've done some Halloween themed weddings, which can be a little
I
darker.
didn't even know that was a thing.
So I think a lot more, people do Star Wars weddings, Harry Potter, different, different type of things. Like you said, a lot of different, music artists. We did a Mardi Gras theme funeral a couple weeks ago. So, I think people are trying to make things a little bit more personalized instead of doing everything, so traditional.
Okay. Well, you've heard it here. Fellas, did you have any more questions for?
Yeah, a quickie. What's the most expensive individual flower?
One of them is called a Queen Protea, and it really looks like an alien. But at retail cost is about $20 a stem.
Oh,
So it's a tropical flower, and like I said, it looks like it's a strange, thing that looks like a little alien head, but it's very popular. And usually, because they're so expensive, people just use one or two stems in, a bridal bouquet or something. But it's a very odd flower. But I think, like I said, people are kind of trying to leaning towards more non-traditional things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man, that's crazy. I never heard of that before. I guess you want to stunt hard, you can, get the alien flower. Don't send the girl the roses. Get the alien
with the halo.
You know what I'm saying? They probably be looking like, what the hell you sent me this for? Be like, look, these is $20 a stem.
Yeah. So
That is crazy.
It's not one of my favorites, but it's cool looking. But it's very, different if you want to go something very non-traditional.
Yeah.
Now, with Valentine's coming around the corner, when is the best time to send flowers? Like for me, I like to send them to my spouse when she's at work, just so I can get that reaction, that phone call.
Yes. So I would say, if people are working in the office, you definitely would like to send them to the office, because then all the people in the office are like, oh my gosh, how pretty. Your husband loves you. Get all the excitement, so if you can send it to a place where, other people are, I think you get more of a reaction. Some people, if you're going away, in this area, people, have them sent to hotels, or, have it there, when people arrive to the hotel. That's an option that people do sometimes. Or restaurants, we have them at the table when people are going out on dates. I would say it kind of just depends. We deliver the weekend before Valentine's Day and on Valentine's Day. So it kind of just depends on what your plans are, kind of how it works. But I mean, wherever you feel will be the best surprise. But like I said, typically it's a better reaction if other people are around.
Do y'all do rose petals, Christina? If you want to do that coming to America or thing, or
yes, we do that. Yes, that's also very popular for Valentine's Day. We can, help you set up, a whole situation if you need that service, or we just give it to you in a bag and you set it up however you see
That's what's
fit.
up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, I'm definitely check out Scarlet Flower Designs, everybody. Especially if you're in the Los Angeles area, if you're anywhere in California, check her out. Definitely, definitely support this Black business because we definitely got to support our own. But definitely look her up, even if you're not in the California area. I'm sure Christina will send them to you. If some kind of way, she'll make it happen for you. So,
Yeah, we have
definitely
connections
check
with
out.
other, florists around the country that we can refer you to. But we have quite a few out of state clients who send flowers here to people, when they're visiting or if they have relatives that are living in this area.
Definitely. For all your floral needs, Scarlet Flower Designs. Definitely. Please, once again, all your floral needs, Scarlet Flower Designs. Check out Miss Christina Bentley Scott. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much. I
Hey,
Thanks for
thank
appreciate
coming
you
you.
on.
Thank
all very
you.
much.
All right. And once again, like I said, she does big things and she can do just for a brother like me, she can set something up or something major, you know what I'm saying? Because she works with film companies, BT, big time stuff like that. So small or large, this is the person you want to go to, has a big history and knowledge of what a floor, being a florist. And remember, once again, it's not somebody who fix up floorboards, you want the wood grain floors, don't call Christina, you know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
But once again, Scarlet Flower Designs, definitely check out. Check out her Facebook. All the information be down below. And we're gonna get back at y'all once again. Weekend High Podcast. We're gonna see you again next weekend. Peace.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me.